You're loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. So friends, today is today. This meditation is totally afresh. Uh, don't carry any memories of previous meditations. Don't carry forward anything. All we are learning to do is get into the present moment. So take every moment afresh, and every meditation is new because you are no more the same. You have already evolved from yesterday to today. There's a lot of evolution happening. There's a lot of change happening. So every meditation is new. Every breath is new. So no same old meditation. Maybe the steps that we are following sounds like they are old, but trust me, every moment is so unique. So with that feeling, let's start our today's meditation. Thank you once again to all those who have kept your videos on. Please take off your spectacles. Let's start meditation. Yeah, sometimes we have issues with the music. Some people uh, keep it low volume in their devices, or some people keep high volume. So sometimes it is very difficult for us to get to the correct volume because it is high for someone, it is low for someone. So please adjust. If it is too low, please increase your volume yourself and adjust it. And above all, practice. It's okay. If the music is high, it's okay. If music is low, it's also okay. Just get back to it. That's the actual practice. So don't be bothered about it. Let's start. 5 steps. Sit comfortably and start relaxing. Start with the body. Clasp your hands. Cross your feet. Most important, close your eyes and close the doors of mind and start the journey with it. Before we go to breath, we will make sure we give a couple of moments for the body to relax so that we can forget about it. Body takes some time. Let's give it. Try to relax every cell in the body. And anything that you think is disturbing or deviating, just look at it and ignore it and move on. One activity throughout the life that keeps happening is breathing. Body keeps breathing. It never stops. Today, now, in this moment, see how your body is breathing. Observe the belly movement of my breath. The more you keep the breath natural, the more deep breath becomes. So don't interfere with the breath. And breath has two parts. Ana, ana. Inhalation, exhalation. See the in-breath without altering it. And the out-breath. There is nothing to visualize about it. Just feel it. It's a physical sensation. We are here to be with breath. So let's forget everything else. And enjoy being with our own breath, my dear friends. We are slowly getting into stillness without doing anything, just by being with breath. Be in total ease. And enjoy being with breath. My dear friends, please keep coming back. Don't go with thoughts. Leave it to that. last 10 minutes. Please be with you. Mm. Slowly come back to the open. When you're ready, clasp your hands. Place your fingers on your eyes for 5 minutes. And you can open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you very much. It was wonderful. Day 6 meditation. We are progressing. That's the good news. I see a lot of stillness happening. I know some people must be thinking, still I'm getting sleep. That's okay. If you take care of two things, you will progress faster in meditation. One, what you eat and how much you eat. Two, how much you speak in the non-meditative time. So please use silence and don't eat too much, don't eat late. That will help you. So over to Shibu, today's presentation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Sampath. So let me share my screen. Sampath, can you see my screen?
Yes, Shibu.
All right. So dear friends, let's get started. So in the previous days, we had discussed about awareness, mind, and the present moment as well. Today, we are going to do a double click on the present moment, or we're going to do a deep dive on it. Present moment, or the now, is real, right? So before we begin, my gratitude to this great master, Eckhart Tolle, whose insights has really helped me and has done a lot of good insights, provided a lot of good insights on the now. Please note that these concepts are very, very simple. It is just that we have to experience this. We have to kind of reflect on this and make it a practice. So that's the key. The concepts are very simple. All right, so let's start with this question, which is, are you the mind? No, right? So we have a mind. We are not the mind. So we don't say you mind, right? It's my mind. It's always something which we have. It's a tool which we have. Mind also has a constant stream of thoughts. And we know that we are not those thoughts as well. It's just a mind, and the mind, there are thoughts as well. And this is something which we have seen in the previous slides, or rather previous presentations. Prithvi walked us through this, where she mentioned that 70% of the thoughts are in a way negative, right? More than 90-95% of the thoughts are repetitive, and they're just coming up from the past. They're just playing up and up. And we just find refuge in these things, right? We're just getting addicted to these thoughts. So mind is constantly talking, judging, complaining, and also comparing. So we have identified with the mind, and this has kind of become our state of the being itself. So this is the question, right? So do we have an off button to switch off the stream of thoughts? Essentially, Essentially, is it possible for us to stop the stream of thoughts and just be in our natural state? And this is a question we all have to ask ourselves and try it out, right? If no, then we have unconsciously given up our control over ourselves. So again, we have looked at mind. Mind is an amazing tool. It's the greatest tool. But the problem is now the tool has taken over the master. It's like the dog who is leading the master. Master acting as if he's blind. He's not blind, but he's acting as if he's blind and allowing the dog to lead him, right? So dog is just having a field day. The dog is leading the master who is not blind, just pretending to be blind. So in this way, we can say that we are in an autopilot mode. We have totally given up our control. So as I just mentioned in the previous slide, we are much more than a stream of thought. Right? It's a great tool, as we discussed, the mind, and we have to use it when necessary. We should be using the mind and not the mind using us. Right? That's the key. So then how do we do that? How do we de-identify with the thinker? Right. So in that example, which I was just mentioning, so we are not blind. We have eyes. We can see. So essentially, we just need to open our eyes. We need to open our eyes to see what is really going on. Right? Where is the dog leading us? So that's what we need to look at. Step back and observe the activity. What's going on in the mind? The thoughts, the reactions. Where is the mind leading us? As again, initially we are observing. We are not trying to fight with the mind. There is no judgment here. We are just purely observing or witnessing. And when we keep doing this for a while, we will start observing the patterns. So, and the dog might usually lead us to a certain way, certain path, certain route. We can start seeing those patterns. Again, this is without any judgment. Now we're not applying force. We're just observing. We're just observing the thought patterns, just as a witnessing presence. So if we are observing the thoughts, the one thing is very, very clear, right? We cannot be the thoughts, which is already identified and established. So we have to go beyond the thoughts. We all know that the deeper presence. So this is the way we can know the deeper presence behind those thoughts. Right? Slowly, when we start doing this, when we start observing, those repetitive thoughts will start losing the power over us. So this is what we call the very alert, or the gap which we see. This is the very alert and fully present state. If you guys have done any adventure sports, something like a skydiving, imagine jumping off a plane, and when you're flying, when you're jumping off a plane, start thinking about 5 minutes ago, or any thoughts, 5 minutes, plan for something in future. It's just not possible, right? Yeah, absolutely in the present moment. There are no thoughts. It's absolutely in the present moment. So anybody who have done adventure sports would know this, but we do not have to do adventure sports for this. It's absolutely in our control. Adventure sports will give us a taste of this, but we don't have to do this. So this is just a daily practice to see that gap between our thoughts. All we need to do is to have that intent and keep observing, and we will see that gap. So it could be anything. It could be, as I said, it doesn't have to be the adventure sports. It could be just while waiting in the line, waiting in the queue, while walking in the park, or driving, or just anything, right? Rather than driving and be compulsively be stuck in the traffic and trying to curse someone, we can just be mindful and let it be. And we'll talk about those a little bit more. So So what is this essentially? This is the same mindfulness which we have been talking about yesterday and some of the previous days. So the moment the attention turns to now, this moment, now, we feel the presence, the stillness, and the peace. So now it's time to introduce these concepts. So we all know that the present moment is all we ever have. That's all we ever had. That's all we ever have. So the problem now is we are always caught up. We are mostly caught up either in the past memory or in the future imagination. Future is always an imagination. So we are always caught either on the left or on the right, not on the center where the action is, right? So mind hides from the present. So creating those stories from the past or some future anticipation, something in the future. But if you look at it, really look at it, you will know that the action is here and now. We are just missing it. Every moment we are missing it because it's either left or right. Are we in the center? Are we ever in the center? That's something which we have to keep asking ourselves, and that's the key question. The only thing, so let's say if we are not in the left or on the right, so what is left? It's the now. What do we have to do in the now? It is the steps or the action. Now is when we can act. Now is when we can do whatever we need to do, right? So which is why now is life. There's nothing else. So this is also time to talk about the clock time versus the psychological time. So clock time is actually dealing with the practical aspects of life. Let's say I have to finish a presentation by 6 p.m. tomorrow. That's a clock time. That's something which is a goal. That's a real goal. And it's okay, absolutely okay to have a goal. We are aware of it, but we give the full attention to the step which we have to take now. I have to take some steps now at this moment. That's where my attention should be. And psychological time is what we have been talking about. The identification with the past memory or the continuous compulsive projection into the future. So time and mind. So these guys are best buddies. And if we take away the time, right, the mind falls into the background. The mind needs the time. So more we are focused on the time, which is either the past or the future, we keep missing the now where the action is. And as we know, the issues, all the issues for that matter, is in the past or the future. But just do this now, right now. Ask yourself right now, at this moment, now, what problems do you have? What issues do you have this moment, right now? Now, not 10 minutes from here, not 10 minutes from now, not 2 minutes back, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Now, what problems do we have? It's essentially nothing, right? Can we think about something now? Not again 30 seconds from now, not 2 minutes from now, not yesterday. So this is the key practice, right? Essentially, don't miss the now moment. Give the full attention to it. Keep doing what we have to do and not stuck in the past or the future. So the next I want to talk about this, the concept of resistance to the now, right? Now that we know about the now, kind of mapped it out, we know about the psychological time and the clock time, let's talk about how we are resisting the now. So everything which we deal with is a life situation. It's some situation. Example, a couple of days back, I was talking about an example where the person is driving to the train station and he missed the train. He missed the train. He tried to reach there, but he missed the train. That is a life situation, right? You're not that situation. That's a life situation. We can still deal with it. That life situation by itself doesn't cause the suffering. That doesn't cause it. It's our resistance to that situation which is causing the suffering. And gap between the actual, which is happening right now at this moment, and our expectation of what it was supposed to be, and that's where the resistance lies. So again, this is another question we all need to ask ourselves. Are we complaining about anything? Which we all are, right? We're always complaining about something or the other. Then we need to know that we are being a victim. We are being in the victim mode, right? If we are in the victim mode, then we are resisting life. We are resisting this moment. And this is something which we need to ask ourselves, introspect. And what's the key here, right? Accept things as they are and then act. Acceptance is the one situation, acceptance of the current moment, this moment is the one situation, one thing which actually frees us from this life situation. Then there is a distance, there is a gap between the life situation and us. So once we acknowledge this, once we acknowledge that there is, even for resistance, right? Once we acknowledge the resistance, we can look at the actions we need to do. I mean, we can, there might be some things like, we have to change, we have to improve, we can avoid whatever we need to do that's about that situation, right? Whatever we need to do to change the situation, we can look into those. Only then we can look into it. Otherwise, we are stuck in it, right? As long as you're observing it, witnessing it, and you're realizing it. So with this mode, in this mode, we are no longer in conflict with anything or anyone. We just accept them as they are. So we kind of get decoupled from the situation. So as we discussed in the previous slide, it is the action. Action is always, always now. So how do we do all this, right? This is the key concept and key thing which we have been talking about, the practice of meditation. The two things is, with your eyes closed, when your eyes are closed, it's to keep doing the meditation. But also when our eyes are open, right? That's the time to be mindful. As Sampath mentioned at the starting of this, before the session, he mentioned about how we eat, what we eat, even mindful about everything we do through the day, right? If we are aware through the day, you can even look at the quality of the meditation and vice versa. These are totally interconnected. This is again totally a practice. So this is the last one. And Sampath says, now is joy, and which is absolutely a fact, right? When we are in the now, not on the left, not on the right, exactly at the center, which is now, we are in our natural state, which is joy. Thank you.
Wonderful points. Very, very useful. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sampath, we can.
Now is joy. Yeah. That's what we discussed in our previous APS.
Yep.
That was a realization in my life. There was a point in my life where all the past, I was sad about all the past, and I was worried about all the future. And for a few weeks, I was in all the time in negative thoughts. I was sad, so sad that I didn't want to even go out and show my face to others. So I shut myself in a room, and I was just going on entertaining these thoughts. Why it happened like this, why it did not happen like this, and what will happen to me. Completely, all the thoughts are about past and future. And suddenly, some awareness within me asked me, you are right now alive. Why? How do you want to use this moment? You want to use this, or you want to waste this for the past or future? That awareness, that question changed my life. My response was, yeah, it's always a perspective. It's just my perspective that things are wrong. Things are worse for someone else, but I'm at least better than them. And there is hope for future. Why am I thinking negative about future? It is not yet there. So in this moment, if I have the wisdom to utilize and be the way I want, if I am joyful now, maybe the next moment also I can be joyful and I can continue that as path of joy. The decision, the conscious choice that I made at that point of time that I'll cut the past and future and utilize this moment. And this moment, I have it in my hands right now. I can use it or waste it. So I chose to be peaceful, to be joyful, and I continue doing that every moment. Trust me, that changed my life for good. And this wisdom happened to me because of the meditations that I was doing at that point of time. Though I was very sad, someone told me about meditation and I tried meditation. And that's when I really think these thoughts were not happening to me before meditation. So, because of meditation, I don't know if I received energy which triggered my awareness and it changed my decisions, choice. And from then, I chose only those thoughts and actions and even people in my life who can bring me more joy. So, I somehow got control. So, friends, now is the key to the joy, to peace, and you will also know that now is totally linked to love. We'll talk about it later. Thank you so much for bringing this topic today, most important topic. And the best way to practice being in the now is being with this breath right now that is happening. And when you're doing something, be there. Don't get lost in thoughts. Just be there. It's okay. Just because you don't think of something or bother about something, world won't stop. World is not running because of your worries or anxieties. In fact, if you learn to be peaceful, you will be of great use. You will look at people with a smile. Your state touches them. So we have to master this art not just for ourselves, for all around us. Thank you so much, Shibu, once again. And
thank you, Sampath. Thank you all.
And there are 4 things that I want to underline in this journey: breath, energy, awareness, and thoughts. Remember this as BEAT, BEAT, and keep observing whether you are able to be with the breath. And in meditations, you're able to stop the thoughts. Are you receiving the energy? And how are your awareness levels? Are you being aware of your breath, your words, your thoughts, your actions, your decisions? So all these are interrelated. Start with breath. The rest will take care: energy, awareness, and thoughts. So tomorrow we are going to get into a topic called energy. For that, we have invited uh, one more active member from our research group, like Prithvi. Let's invite Yashashvi. Please introduce yourself so that people know you and you take your session tomorrow.
Sure. Namaste, everyone. My name is Yashaswini, and I'm a physiotherapist and a mind body wellness coach. Tomorrow, I'm looking forward to talking about energy and a lot of concepts on how to raise your frequency. And I hope to see you tomorrow.
A little more about you.
Yes.
For
So,
sure.
okay, so I'm a physiotherapist and I have discovered PSSM through a retreat I attended some months ago, and ever since it has become a part of my life, the meditations and all of it. And over the last few years, I have been making wellness videos and I share concepts about the same. And I am also certified in neuro linguistic programming and hypnosis. And I basically believe that the body and mind have a deep connection. So I try to use that with my patients as well. And I hope that everyone gets to understand how easy it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yash, we call her Yash.
Yes.
Prithvi and Yash were the participants in Stillness Retreat, Pyramid Valley, Bangalore. They were wonderful students and then became volunteers, and now they are even sharing their knowledge. That's the beauty of PSSM. No disciple and guru kind of relationship. We all are friends. We learn from each other and we share our knowledge. Thank you so much, Prithvi and Yash, for coming forward to give your knowledge. See you tomorrow, Yash.
Thank you.
Over to you, Sunil, for Q&A.
Yes, thank you, Sampath. So before we get into the Q&A section, an important announcement. Most of the participants I have seen through the chat, Zoom chats and Telegram chats are requesting for the recordings and the presentations. So we have an answer for you. It's a good news. We are launching a portal today. I'll publish this in the Telegram group. You can register with your name and email and get access to this portal, wherein you will get the recordings of these sessions that we are for all these days and the remaining days for this session. You can access the music links. All of these content and materials will be published. So I'll publish the details in the chat sometime today. All right. So Sampath, shall we get on to some questions? There
Yes.
is a question. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, Sunil. I want you to pose the questions which are for Prithvi first.
Okay. Okay. There was one question mainly meant for Prithvi. Let me pick that up. Okay, this question was asked by Anup. What are the brain waves seen in Samadhi?
Yes. So samadhi is basically a no thinking state. So there we experience non-physical existence. So the brain activity is the least there. So the lowest frequency is delta. So that is what we will be experiencing. It will be delta frequency. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prithvi. I hope that answers your question. Okay. There's another question from a person I do not want to name. Since couple of months, I'm doing Anapanasati meditation. The person has some psychosomatic pains and cold intolerance. The question is how to come out of these pains through meditation. Now, when pain comes to the mind, it rushes a lot of negative thoughts like, oh, again, these pains are coming, and started becoming anxious if this will ever go or if the person gets cured or not. So what should be our thoughts in such a state? And since this person has this cold intolerance, as soon as the view of a fan on the ceiling, person gets a thought, oh, I'm going to feel cold and this is again going to be a nuisance. So how to practice to be in that positive mindset? And Prithvi also explained in one of her slides that the mind can be a healer or a slayer. Now, in this situation, it looks like the mind is becoming a slayer. So, whole day, how to be in that positive mind? So, maybe Prithvi and Sampath can answer this.
I want Shibu to answer this. Today he covered it in his presentation.
Psychosomatic, so I'll let Prithvi answer that, Sampath.
You want to take it, Prithvi?
Yeah, definitely. I also mentioned in the slides and the presentation that I did, the only way to shift our thoughts from negative thinking to positive thinking is awareness. And today, Shivu very beautifully explained the awareness is in the present moment. So, observing our thoughts, observing the pain will actually reduce the pain. So if we start fighting with the pain, we get into the negative thinking and it becomes a suffering. So observe and become aware of this breath, this now, and you start becoming more joyful and more positive. That is what I would like to say.
Yes. The key thing is acceptance. Usually we react to things. So Eckhart Tolle suggests break it into two. Instead of reacting, first accept and then act. So work on the acceptance first and then start acting on it. Because by the time you accept things as they are, you don't have pain. You will start seeing the ways to solve the problems. So it's all mindset, and please don't act out of memory. Every time you have a pain, take a fresh look. Are you really feeling right now? Last week, uh, one of my very close friends called me and told that he's getting numbness from this eyebrow till the scalp. You know, till the whole skull is getting numb, and he was very worried. He wanted to take my suggestion whether to go to a doctor. I said, fine. I keep getting these numbness in the hands sometimes, and but I don't know when it is gone. That's what I told him. I said, take a fresh look and keep observing it for a few days. Within 3 days, he told me it's no more there. 95% is gone. I didn't ask him to do anything. I didn't even ask him not to go to a doctor or do this, do that. I just asked him to take a fresh look, observe. And within 3 days, he said he's almost free from it. And yesterday he spoke again. He didn't even talk about it. He spoke something else. So, and most of the problems, as we said, 95 to 97% of the problems are psychosomatic. So heal the psyche and soma, the body, will be healed. Try that. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Prithvi and Sampath. I think that clock has ticked. I mean, time, and I think we should end just to respect the time. Don't worry, everyone. We have made a note of all the questions and we are marking them, and we will definitely answer all the questions. Uh, so, shall we end the session, Sampath?
Yes. Thank you so much, friends, for your presence, for your time, for your meditations, for your participation. And we will look forward for a wonderful meditation session and session by Yash tomorrow. See you all. Have a nice day. Good night.
Thank you, Sampath. Thank you, everyone out there. Have a nice day and have a nice evening, and see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.